Let us play. Greetings, combat fans. P14 here, providing you with another slice of combat cuisine. This is the Challenge Tower Part 14, and we are currently doing levels 141 to 150. I am playing Shiva, and this particular challenge is called Magnetic Floor. Okay, so it appears that intermittently the floor is going to lock, and each combatant who is touching it at the time will be stapled directly to the floor. Now, I know we suggested on a number of occasions that we wouldn't hearken or plead too close to scientific fact here, but I would like to point out that a man or beast with metal in his arms is probably going to be significantly more troubled in this than some sort of crazy middle-aged S&M fiendess. Fortunately, the energy bars do seem to be running with that premise, which I'm quite pleased about. Now, I'm almost half tempted to ask the question whether or not Baraka is some sort of strange sexual masochist, and this has all been some sort of elaborate sexual roleplay. And I think in the end, I'm going to say no to that. Not because it's outside the province of his bizarre and perverse psychology, but simply with a mouth such as Baraka's, you cannot form safety words properly, and that makes this whole scenario a no-go. Challenge number 42 is slow and painful death. Defeat your opponent. Your abilities are removed over time. These can be touch and go endeavours. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. You will be pleased to know, however, that today I'm feeling very lucky indeed. Now, I'm not entirely happy with the amount of context that we have for this particular fight. We did see that Sindel, and yes, I did previously call her Shiva, so, you know, you now possess the option of refraining from making such a comment in the comment section, although if past experience is anything to go by, maybe you'll post twice now. I still love you, though. So if I hazard a random guess, knowing what I know about Sindel, I am going to suggest that on this particular occasion, all of advanced weaponry and technology has displaced any compartment which may have been used for a marital aid, and Sindel is horrified at such a thought. And on that note, challenge 142 is a complete success. Challenge number 143 is called Turn on the Light, and I am a combination here of Sindel and Nightwolf, and if the spirits don't play some prominent part here, then I'll be my auntie's uncle. Although given some of the relationships between the characters in these Mortal Kombat games, that euphemism is probably not as powerful as it might otherwise be. I could find at least 15 relationships which are significantly more complex and possibly interdimensional than the one that I just referenced. But we are here. Sector has heard the news about the fight that just went down between Cyrex and Sindel, and he is now officially the chairman of Cyborg's Not Sex Aids Committee. Just because we're post-human doesn't mean you put us in you. So said the Lin Kuei. But let us put aside such crass speculation for a second and concentrate on what's actually occurring here. Night descends. Sector proves himself considerably more talented than your average IT professional who normally starts conversations with such beautiful lines such as, "Have you turned it off then on yet? I've been watching the IT crowd recently. Shh." I'm half tempted here just to play completely in the dark and see how far I get with it, but I suspect it would not be as fortuitous as I wish it may be. And looking at my energy bar now, I can see that is definitely the case. So let's get Nightwolf back on the case. Get some illumination in here and let this dominatrix finish with this piece of vile, cretinous machinery. Yes! Done! Okay, challenge 144 is Test Your Luck. I can only hope at some point that Test Your Luck becomes more involved in slightly buffing attributes or debuffing attributes on particular characters and just gets completely wacky. I will share my views on this particular avenue in due course. It appears we're adhering to the usual luck formulation here. Sindel, not Shiva. Sindel. Stop those comments right now. Okay, alright. The movie man himself. I'm going to be lucky. He's had X-rays disabled. I'm liking the way this is going. And he's not able to jump. Johnny Cage is not going to last 20 seconds. Or he could uppercut me off this bridge. Fucking who shouts their own name when they're doing a special move? Like, is he some sort of strange learning disabled person? Saying that, he is kicking the shit out of me. Look, he just punched me in the groin. Come on, Sindel. Yes! There's more than one way to skin a groin. I'll tell you that much, YouTube. Alright. You can do... I've got all your tricks, Johnny. I've got your tricks. Sindel! Come on. Ha ha ha! Challenge 144 is a success. Challenge 145 is called Backup Arrives. And we've changed characters here. We've got Jax and Sonia. Although this game would probably be a lot more interesting if they just both sounded like the reverse of what I'd said. So, it's a long-standing feud between Sonya Blade and Kano. Sonya takes a bit of a knife in the face and decided she's had a little bit too much of that for the time being and goes off to do something else. Leaving the two big boys here, Jax and Kano. Jax, whose metallic arms were a result of some childhood domestic violence, and Kano, who is the fucking king, an implementer, the aficionado of attacking people in their homes while they're serving him tea, and no less. Both of these men are filled with a gigantic rage, a towering inferno of righteous indignation. Jax, quite simply because his metallic arms mean that he can't use his iPhone 4 properly, and Kano because he can't get his fucking blood pressure read for love nor monies. Ah! As if those two tales of unremitting tragedy were not enough, it simply gets worse in this feud. This utter quadrilogy of hatred, it so transpires that Cabal made the recommendation that led Sonya Blade to get the breast augmentation. And the first time she teleported to Outworld, the left one exploded. And that was an embarrassing situation, I can tell you. I think now you have some sort of impression of how high the stakes are and how important it is that we defeat the evildoers and the rogue breast suggesters and their ilk. It came right down to the wire at the end here, but Sonya Blade has pulled off an ultra, and it appears that Kano's dark magic has failed him. Never trust someone whose accent changes mid-franchise. Challenge number 146 is called Against Super Strength. I'm Sonya Blade, and it looks like Nightwolf has been far-arsing around with his spirits again, and he's found himself with unlimited strength here or something, I don't know. Sonya seems to be making some sort of suggestion that he's been abusing steroids, which I find quite amusing actually. So it appears in this game mode that all of Nightwolf's powers, all of his moves, all of his specials are supered, and he will stagger or knock me back with every single hit that he's able to lay on me. So the name of the game here is to stay out of his way. Sonya is quite useful for this in some respects. She's got a number of moves which move her across the screen quite quickly. Although at this point in time, considering, you know, we've almost done 150 levels together here, guys. I feel like we're kin, you know, we're brethren. I want to know what Nightwolf's fascination is with attempting to contact the spirit world in such a meaningful way. I mean, has he seen Poltergeist one too many times? Does he want to be Freddy Krueger? What's going on here? Regardless of the fact that Nightwolf has been imbibing Red Bull, we still have put an end to his shenanigans. I like the idea that just before Sonya Blade kills someone, officially she checks in with her boss. Like, that's quite amusing to me. I wonder which organisation she's supposed to be with. Fucking Al-Qaeda. Right, what do we got next, YouTube? We are in fact approaching challenge number 150, and I just want to take a moment to reflect on what that might be. Will it be something special? Will I get 10,000 points? Will I get 20,000 credits? I don't know. I guess we'd better crack on with challenge 147, which is denoted here as Scarface. It would appear that Cabal's spin attack at this point in time will disorientate Sonya Blade in such a way that the buttons on the controllers will function differently. I just hope her augmentations stay intact, to be completely honest. That's quite a lot of velocity that he's coming at her with. Okay. This is a bit of a random challenge in that it just turns into a button mash. You jump in not knowing whether your punch is going to be a punch or your kick is going to be a kick. So you just hit all the buttons and hope something comes out. It's working reasonably well, as you can see. I say that, my buttons keep switching back and forth every 5 or 10 seconds. I think the Ultra buttons stay the same as you do this, which is actually fair enough. They may have been slightly more successful here if I was inclined toward blocking, but you know Sub-Zero's old saying on this one, guys. You block, you cock. Oh, it would be so super sweet if Sub-Zero did actually say that, don't you think? Although if Sonya caught in between her legs like that, I don't imagine he'd be saying much ever again. And it's over. Sonya proves without a shadow of a doubt that fun bags beat bum bags. And that's all I have to say on the matter, to be honest. Challenge number 147 is a complete success. Next, please. Alright, challenge number 148 is it's combat time. 1600 points here, team. And we've got to defeat all our opponents. So it's the Sisters Grimm. Let's do this, Jam. Or if you prefer to be more exact, it's a MILF, a PILF, and a DILF, I suppose. It was just suggested to me that Earthrealm females have a lot to learn about combat. I'm going to consider that dimensionalism, if I'm completely honest. You know, who are these people that they can actually be dimensionalists? Like, you're not even one race, you crazy fucking DILF. It's not a well-adjusted family unit that functions in a way that Dad wants to either fuck or kill any of them, to be completely honest. Melina is technically not even part of the actual family. She is a creation from a strange and somewhat belligerent father, the Emperor Shao Kahn, and I'm definitely getting a Nico, Papa vibe from them, to be completely honest. Alright, on to the MILF. Now, she's the one who believes that she has the experience to show us a thing or two about what combat should mean. Well, I would like to tell you something, you interterrestrial fucking hairdressing travesty. You can't even spell combat properly, and you want to tell me how to fucking do it? Jesus Christ. I wonder what would happen if you attempted to splice in some frames from pornography, a la Fight Club. Would that get through, or would that get caught? I'm not entirely sure. Keep watching, and we may find out. All I have to do is utter the P word, and Katana flies in like a battery into an electronic device. And if you believe those fans are primarily for combat, I will dispel you of such an illusion very, very quickly, my good people. I'll tell you something that I find amusing. In the last 2 or 3 minutes we've been playing this challenge, we've actually seen more footage of dragons than you do in the entire cinematic duration of the film Reign of Fire. And need we even mention the fact that that was the anus of Christian Bale's career?
Now one will protect them.
We have to hang on, work together.
I think my point has been well and truly made there, YouTube. Katana best to put on a last-ditch effort here, otherwise she's going to go the way of the dodo. Come on, princess, show us that royal lineage. And I don't mean that flesh just poking out the back of your thong, to be honest. Last-ditch effort? It won't be a success. I think just because she's a princess, I ain't going to ultra her. And one hit and she's out. She took up a fraction of the animation of the ultra. Now, Jade is perhaps my favourite of Shao Kahn's chaperones, if you like. She always gives the impression of coming from utter peasant filth, coming to the attention of Princess Katana, no doubt, through some act of epic altruism and courage, probably involving a number of Tartakan guards and a serving wench, I think. Now Jade, that plucky servant girl of the peasant origins, is held in the highest regard by the Princess Katana, even more so than her blood sister, or gene sister, or genetic sister, whatever you want to call Katana. But not even her strength of will or emerald combat style can withstand the force that is Sonya Blade. Call it in, lady. Mission accomplished. Challenge 148 is a success. Challenge 149, it's all led up to this. Sonya versus Kano. Although as epic as this fight is in Sonia's story arc, I've just noticed that 150 is called Gore-owned, and it's 3 combatants, so I have a sneaking suspicion. Let's just say there's 4 very well defined hairs standing up at the back of my neck at this moment in time. Right, we've caught him, the swine. We've been chasing him for 9 games. He's not getting away this time. Come on, Sonia, rip his heart out. Come on, Sonia, rip his heart out. Get his heart and rip it out of his chest. He's not a fucking piggy bank. What's going on? If you're going to kick something out of him, at least kick the shit out of him. Look at his costume as well. He's just taunting us now. I wonder where his heart is. I wonder. I'm calling this a washout. If Jax was here, this would finish very, very differently. No, no. Challenge 149 is a failure. The challenge tower is fallen over. Yes! Challenge tower is a complete success. Fucking bring on Goro. If any of these combatants have less than 3 body pieces by the end of this match, I am a complete failure. Nice costume, buddy, but Johnny Khan is not until next month. Oh my god, this guy is so stupid. Man, you fans get more serious every year. Sonia's clocked it. Johnny says, no, it's okay. No sacrifice is too great for my fans. Who shall I make the autograph out to? Johnny Cage, can you spell that for me, please? I'll do a little bit better than that, Mr. Cage. I will spell it on the floor of this cave with your lower intestine. Oh my god, look at these damage multipliers. It's fucking crazy.
Autobots, transform!
The top half of Johnny Cage's body just exploded. Objective achieved. Okay, let's see what Kung Lao can do. Maybe poses a little bit more of a threat and that you can tell I'm not an extra from Johnny Con. And he's also wearing a hat with a razor sharp brim. Odd job he's not. Out. Did I say splitting their body into 3 pieces? Because that looks more like 300. That's presumably what I meant. And here comes Sonya Blade, the Shokan sibling shredder. Fresh of her defeat of all of those courthouse cronies. And also her career-long hunt of Kano the Aussie. Can she do it?
One day, a lawman appeared with powers of Pop, Wolf, Puma, and Bear. Protector of peace, mystic man from afar. Champion of justice, martial brave star.
Okay, I believe Sonya Blade just exploded into 742 pieces, so I'm up in the ante here. Well, if the Blade can't take Goro, perhaps the first champion of the Mortal Kombat tournament can.
Man, I'm pretty.
Fuck me, that was the most short-lived fight I've ever seen on Mortal Kombat. Alright, we've upped the ante as far as it goes here, YouTube. We have a bona fide God of Thunder versus the 4-armed monster that is Goro. Can Raiden bring it home for the Elder Gods?
Are you a god?
No.
I guess we need to ask Raiden and probably the rest of the Thunder Gods for their passport and some other form of verifiable god-based ID. I confess at this point, I'm not entirely convinced. Wow, that was challenge 150 on the Mortal Kombat Challenge Tower. I hope that was as much fun to watch it as it was to play. Leave me some comments. I'm flabbergasted, quite frankly, at the way that ended. Fucking awesome. And I'll see you again sooner, I hope. Take care. Bye-bye now.